What's up, Dragon Brood? Today I figured I might as well just keep up with the theme of doing creature decks this week, so we're going to be playing some Merfolk, because we haven't played those in a minute, and I don't even know if they're good, but we're going to see how they hang in Mythic today. So we start at the top with a couple of Into the Flood Maw, because, you got to have a little bit of defense in here, even though we're being aggressive. We have some Mindspring Merfolk. This is good for later in the game, being able to draw cards, or maybe even just put counters on our team. Some Cenote Scout, so we have another early drop, and Exploring can help us get to the mana that we need. Deep-Root Pilgrimage. Pretty much every time you tap a creature, you get to make another 1/1 that has hexproof. Detect Intrusion. Now, this is a fun one because we're already trying to tap creatures to other things anyway, so this gives a way to counter instants, sorceries, and triggered abilities, which is most of the stuff we're worried about. Flood Pit's Drowner, obviously a good way to just tap the opponent's creatures while we're trying to get work done. A couple of copies of Heritage Reclamation so that we can deal with graveyards, but also destroy some artifacts and enchantments. Tishana's Tidebinder, obviously really good at just turning opponent's stuff off. Sentinel the Nameless City, obviously one of the best Merfolk you can play. Not a lot bigger than this that we're really concerned about getting into the deck. Adaptive Automaton, this is a fun one because it does let us pump our creatures while also being a Merfolk itself. We do have Lifecraft Engine that can actually just choose Merfolk, pump the team, and it leaves us something we can attack with after a sweeper. Banner of Kinship. You don't see this too often, but if we are going to have lots of mana anyway, might as well try, right, with all the tokens. And we're playing 4 copies of Summon Leviathan, because, well, if we get all our opponent stuff out of the way, we can just attack and win. And it gives us a chance to just draw a dumb amount of cards, potentially. And before we get into the games, I want to let you know that if you're going to be in Vegas or Tacoma, Washington over the next couple of weekends, you can come see me. I'll be at Command Fest Vegas next weekend. The whole weekend, so come by and play some cards. And then the following weekend, I'll be in Tacoma, Washington at that Command Fest. So you should come by and hang out, get some autographed cards, some free tokens, all that good stuff. For now, though, we're going to go see if Merfolk can hang on the Mythic ladder. Alright, let's keep it. Well, we found Leviathans. I don't know if that's good or not. Let's do this. Alright, well, now things are starting to get silly, because I feel like we're just playing against some control deck, just waiting to kill things. So we have to wait till we can play something, counter a thing, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be kind of silly. Yeah, it's just the situation we're in. Alright. Would you like to kill a Cenote Scout? I don't feel like I need another one of those right now. Alright. In the turn? I thought maybe they might flash in a Nowhere to Run or something, and we'd get them with the Tidebinder. No such luck, though. Alright. Well, we'll attempt to attack. Make us a 1/1. Interesting that that's what happened. Alright, I guess we go with this. In the turn, I'll assume they're going to try to sweep the board here. We will try to Intrusion, because they've done nothing else. I mean, if you're not playing threats, obviously, that has to be the next thing you do. Alright. Now, because we did that, that does open up the door if they'd have had something like a, what's that thing? Tragic Trajectory? Because a creature did leave the battlefield, so it could have got kind of gross. Oh, Lifecraft Engine. I'm not mad at that, actually. Sure. Yeah. And then we... Actually, I'm not even going to spin that in the turn. Because I assume they have another sweeper. Right? If not, it's kind of weird. Alright, I'll go for it. I mean, you know it's on top of my library already, so we're not fooling anyone. And we'll call Merfolk. And then, hell, I don't know. Try to pump a... Because really, at this point, we're just looking for land to eventually set up Leviathans and stuff, I suppose. Alright, that's fine. Go attacking. I don't know what at all they could have here. It's got to be some other sweeper, and they were just waiting for more value or something. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. You gain 6 life. Alright. You got it, fam. So you only take 4 for the turn? That seems solid. I'm only going to station here. So if they do have, like, split up, we don't lose our whole board. Okay, that makes sense. What else you got? That it? Alright. Let's go with the scout. Into the flood maw. I have a feeling this doesn't do much, so I'm going to get rid of that. Alright, that's another reasonable body. I'm not going to argue over that. And then try to attack. Does that work? Okay, that was better than anticipated. And the turn, I guess. Well, that was weird. I mean, this feels like a good news, bad news situation, right? Our detect intrusions work the way we wanted to, but I don't know if our opponent really did much. I mean, they gained some life, they tried to sweep the board twice, and that was it, and we just made a bunch of tokens. I mean, I guess that's a way to win against a control deck. This is the no creature hand, really. Yeah, let's mulligan this. If we're going to be on the play, we have to at least try to be somewhat more aggressive. Let's keep this. I am going to get a little squirrely here. And let's just see what we can do. Well, we're nowhere near casting that, so that can just go to the yard. We'd have to rip 4 straight lands to even think about it. And that's probably not where you want to be. Alright, get to start out making piles of little ones. Love that. Opponent has a Pride Mate. Oh, that's a good card to have here, too. Let's go Merfolk, because what else would we call? I mean, I guess if we're going to beat a life gain deck, this is one of the few ways, is just try to stay ahead. They can shelter here, and then... Oh, trapped in the screen. And then they didn't even get our creature. Alright. Like, I'm not going to argue with you over it. Okay, so... We attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No need to attack with the automaton here. Opponent is just taking it. Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to put these 2 into the flood moss to good use here, I'm pretty sure. What is this guy? At the beginning of your step, if you control 2 or more tap creatures, put a +1/+1. What kind of deck is this? This is a prime example of why I tell y'all, at Mythic, the games are easier sometimes than they are at Diamond and Platinum, because you see people playing some wild stuff. Alright, well, that was easy. But honestly, and I'm being serious, this is not to insult my opponent at all. But this is a deck you will see at Mythic, and you might see it like gold or below. You don't see it in the middle levels. You just don't. Like, that's why I tell people, when you're watching videos from us content creators, don't look at whether a deck won or lost. Look at how it won or lost. That's the important thing. Against what decks, against what cards, what type of draws. That's way more important than just the fact that I beat a weird red-white deck. Okay. Yeah, let's keep this. We can work with this. I think here we try to go Cenote Scout on 1, because there's a chance it becomes a 2-2, especially since we're already holding 3 lands. Then we could play a Vendo tapped, so that we could play the Merfolk, or Mindspring Merfolk. Then we can follow with the Lifecraft engine. Barring something coming up where we draw like into the Flood Maw and need to get rid of a creature or something. You know, I always find it weird when opponents will let the pregame go all the way through the rope before they decide to start the match. I don't ever know what that's about. Alright. I'm probably not blocking with either of them. You know what? I'm just going to leave them up, though. There's a chance the opponent might waste removal on one of them because they want to attack or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not blocking this guy. Do whatever you want to do with that. Oh, they're spinning their turn to pump. All right, that's not bad. It's not bad. That works out okay. Go ahead and do this. Call Merfolk. Pass the turn. That also allows us to get a 4/4 to block with now, if necessary. Good old Emberheart Challenger. Sure. That's nice. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's go ahead and put this on Merfolk. Oh, I didn't need to do that, actually. Dang it. I was thinking I had a 2-mana thing in hand. Oh, well. Mistakes happen. Okay. I can't... I could tap to a Vendo. Yeah, let's do that. And then the other benefit of that is we get creatures with hexproof that the opponent can't really do anything about. I mean, they could trample over them or whatever. Like, if they do, they do. You just, congrats, you got me. Yeah, I'll double block. Sure. Let's... Do you want to play this untapped? Go to 9? A little bit risky. But I kind of want to put 2 counters on things with this. Oh, actually I won't. I'll only be able to put... Oh, no, I'll be able to put 2. Huh, alright. Don't know if it's worth it. Feels like I needed to draw some of our other creatures here along the way. Actually, we could do 3. Alright. I mean, seems as good as anything. Attack with this. We get another 3/3. Oh, we get a 2/2. Sorry, it's not a 3/3 because it wasn't there to get the counters. Alright, I mean, we'll see what happens. We're only at 9, so those decks have a lot of ways to kill us. We go to 5. Good news is we can bounce that next turn. But is 5 enough to just get us dead? Quite possibly. We have 2 Flood Maws, and we have the mana to play them. So let's go here. And then play an untapped land. So if we want to use this, we can. Actually, the opponent's at 15. Can we just kill them, actually? 3, 6, 9, 12. And then this is 16? Yeah. Wow, weird. I wasn't even paying attention. I almost missed that. Crazy. Yeah, then we just use this here. And then, I guess, try to put a counter on one of these knuckleheads. Yeah, alright, cool. We'll take that. I mean, it's not often your opponent plays Lizard into a burn spell, into Emberheart Challenger, and Nova Hellkite, and you're like, yeah, whatever. We'll take it. Okay. Alright, we'll try it. I don't have high hopes in this hand. But we'll see. Alright, you at least make it start to feel a little bit better. Alright, good news. We did find a Cavern of Souls. So if they're going to kill our stuff, they have to do it the hard way, because they're not going to be able to just counter them. I mean, they can attempt to, obviously, but it won't do any good. Yeah, see, opponent had a counter. They just looked over and highlighted my Cavern of Souls. Oh, no, 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 no. We are not going to allow that to happen. Though, I will say this. Depending on how the turn goes, we may not... Oh, actually. Another artifact creature and opponent goes. So we could turn that off, actually. So maybe we wait to do anything. Opponent's at 14. Alright. I mean, obviously, outright killing, it's the best option. But if they're not doing anything else, it's like, sure, whatever. Let's do this. So now that card just doesn't do anything. And then we have 2 answers to Synthesizer silliness, which we love. Let's put a counter on this. Just making sure I still have... Oh, no! I can't do that. Actually, I can if I do it with this, because I have to have blue and green still available. So let's tap this for colorless. Almost wrecked ourselves. Gotta be careful. Okay, in the turn, I think we're good here. Because we can give them a tap fish. Like, yeah, that's fine. We would go to 7. They tap a thing. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Oh, that has to go away for them to actually even do a thing, huh? Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah, it shows how little I've actually played with Tidebinder. I don't even think about the fact you can just turn a synthesizer off. But us having Flood Maw, we could have bounced a thing regardless of what they tried to play. Like, if they would have played something, say, like, that exiles a thing, we could have just killed that in response and then bounced the synthesizer or whatever, so they don't even get a creature. And we still would have been able to win. So we kind of had it from multiple angles there. Ooh, okay, okay. As a reminder, if y'all haven't yet, you should check out our sponsor over at Tales of Adventure. I'd really appreciate it. Put this on Merfolk. Also have a code, DRAGN, D-R-A-G-N. You could save 5% over there, which is huge. I'm going to have to put this away because we need mana pretty badly with this hand. Okay, that's one way to get there. Appreciate it. Get in there for 2. Roaring Furnace. Okay. Do I care about the Furnace? I guess I just counter the ability. It's weird, but alright. I mean, not how I plan to use that, but, you know, take what you can get. Let's go ahead and go here. Go attacking. Alright. This is obviously some type of Jeskai Control deck of some variety. Not sure if playing a creature here is good or not. So what I'm gonna do is try this. Oh, Banner of Kinship. You're cool, but I don't think we're going to have creatures on the battlefield. Like, this generally, I feel like Day of Judgment is coming. So we're just going to end the turn there. With the plan to flash in a Flood Pits Drowner. Then play Automaton. Hopefully put a counter on the Flood Pits Drowner with the map. Oh. Well, this is a whole different situation. Yeah. Alright, so 5, 6, 7. Okay. Does that do anything? Probably not. We can put a counter. I'm assuming we're going to put a counter. That's what we're going to hope for. Ew, a Tidebinder. I'll take that just because it's a body. Then we're going to put this on Merfolk. Then the opponent's low enough here that even if they have a board sweeper, we can attack with our creature land and just win. So that's more than fine. I'm just doing one creature in case they have split up. I don't know. Not that it probably matters that much, but at least... Oh, there's an Elspeth. Well, that doesn't do it either, because they're at 2. Yeah, sure. And just attack with everything? Alright, cool. Okay, that time it felt good. It felt like strategically we used all of our cards. Our creature lands mattered. We were having a plan in case they had a sweeper. We got to use the intrusion against the roaring furnace. Like, everything felt like a real game that time. So now I don't feel too bad about how the deck's functioning. I guess we keep it. I don't know what else to do with this hand. We're obviously a land short of being functional, but we can live off of the drowners for a little while. Alright, lucky for us, opponent didn't just go turn 1 creature, turn 2 creature here. Doesn't mean they don't hit us here, though. Nope. And they didn't. Wow. Okay, well, we'll just pass then, I guess. If they're going to take their time, we're going to take our time, I guess. Alright. I mean, same thing, I suppose. Pass a turn. I think they're probably, since we haven't done anything, the opponent might assume we have some number of counters, or we're playing like the Kona deck that they have to kill a creature. So I could see them being careful to play around things here. Alright. Pass the turn. This is also weird because, like, technically you could, like, turn off a slick shot and block it, but then they could just shoot this for 2 and then unlock the slick shot again, so it's a little bit of silliness. But just kind of what you got to do in these situations. Alright, here I think I'm going to go ahead and use a Flood Pits Drowner. And they can just kill this guy, it's fine. We can live with that. Like, if they want to waste mana to deal with that, so be it. We're not going to fight them on the issue. Wish that was an untapped land. I really would have liked to have played a Sentinel here. Unfortunately, we are not that lucky. But we are getting to a point that if we can keep the board with even a creature or 2 out, we could potentially get a Leviathan down. Alright, this we will use on that, so turn this off so we keep our creature. Granted, they get a 4/5 here, but doesn't have any abilities anymore. Okay. This kind of sort of allows us to do some things. Let's go attacking. Do I want a 3/4 here? Part of it is just like, how much damage do we think the opponent can do? Actually, I want to, because if we do draw an untapped land, Leviathan allows us a lot of action. Like, we're just going for it here. This is the committal turn. If they just have what they have to kill us, then, like, throw our arms up and say, hey, you got us. Yep. I mean, sometimes they just have it. And, you know, all you can do is shake your hands and say, hey, congrats, you did your thing. That's actually okay. If that's all going at our creatures or whatever, fine. We can live with this. We go to 10. Go to 9. Nope, go to 10. All right. Now, part of this plan, I was going to say it was drawing the other land. Okay, good. So, we can put this on Merfolk. Bounce. Actually, is this where we bounce both their things? If we bounce everything, I'm trying to think what's the worst they could do. I think we still do it. And they go to 9. We can then tap something. If we get an untapped land, we'd be able to... I mean, we could have a couple of options here. It's going to be real tight, though. Screaming Nemesis, sure. Opponents at 9? Yeah, we just take 3 and then they die. Love it. Sounds great. Tap your duder. Attack for 10. And get a bunch of cards just because. Alright, cool. Yeah, these games feel a little weird because part of me feels like, okay, I'm not really doing anything. And then the games are kind of just over. I don't know if it feels that way to y'all while you're watching, but it's a very interesting situation. Not sure what to make of it. But all the cards have come in handy so far, so yeah, there's that, I guess. Oh. Alright, we need a 2-mana thing, but this is a fairly aggressive hand. If we can get one of our 2-mana cards into the Sentinel, that could be okay. But let's see what happens here. Okay. I mean, it's all we can ask for. Hemosymbic Mites. Alright, well. Let's go here. Play this. Get in there. Make a 1/1. I have a feeling they're going to have creatures bigger than us. So, we're going to have to come up with some creative plans here, I think. Yeah, I assume something like that would be the case. I'll take it one time. I don't want to take it a lot of times, but I'll take it one time. Alright. Now, the other fun thing here is we can get rid of their enchantment with this. We could pump them, maybe find the land to get us a Banner of Kinship. Ooh, that's not going to be good for us. That's bad for business. That's very bad for business. Let's... Ooh, actually. If we play this other dude... Dang. And then pump our team, attack with everybody. What happens then? Right? You probably block a 1/1. 4 gets through. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're at 6. We have another 2/2. Golly. That's a real situation, y'all. But then they get another body whenever they play something behind that. I think I have to do this. Much as I don't want to. I think this is the play. That's actually not bad, but I think it has to go. And I think this is all we can do here. Like, if they want to double block and trade, we would totally do that, obviously. I think we just kill this now. Man, would have really liked to have had some other options, but I think that's what we had to do. Really was hoping we'd have had a land on that turn, though. Yeah, or a Boroid. Fair. I expect we'd see something like that here. Fortunately, we have some 1/1s to block with. Opponent's being very aggressive here. Opponent, you're only at 9, friend. If we play this, can we win? They block, they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe. Not enough. Alright, we'll block, I guess. Take 5, go to 11? I mean, seems reasonable. We did not get there. That sucks. So now, we kind of have to work on this plan, unfortunately. We attack. They block our Sentinel. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the play we got to go with. I don't love it. It's just kind of what it is. I mean, we missed land drops in key spots here. The only thing we can possibly do here, double or board, that's tough, is either they make a bad attack here. Actually, we really have to find Enter the Flood Maw. That's the thing. If we find that... Oh, no, we're dead anyway, because we're only at 11. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, they got it. Yep, that was just a bad draw from us. Okay, this is fine-ish. I think I'm going to pay 2 life, just in case they play like Llanowar or something. Or a Cecil. That works too. Just to slow the opponent down while we try to figure stuff out. Here comes a Demon Wall. We'll tap the Demon Wall. This is a reasonable question. Do we want to get rid of the Demon Wall? No, I think I'm just attacking here. I mean, I do want to get rid of it, but we just have other things we'll try to do here. Well, you get a Pilgrimage. And you have a Cecil. Fantastic. Don't hate that. Let's put this here. And nothing. Yeah, that's greatly appreciated, deck. If I attack, they trade the Cecil for our Sentinel, but then we're really doing nothing after that. So yeah, it's not even worth it. Annex, sure. We take some damage. Sounds good. Alright, now we're getting into the space where we could do something. Cavern, sure. Put this on Merfolk. Question is, do we... Nah, let's not. Let's not. Let's just put it all on the opponent to do something here. Goes 3 Tree City along with Leviathan. Gives us a lot of options next turn. Also, the opponent knows we have a Leviathan. They don't know what the other card is. But Leviathan also has Ward 2. So it's kind of a weird situation. Alright, Bloodletter, you got it. At this point, you just attack. Oh, wow, they didn't. I would have attacked. But that's just me. Put this on Merfolk. Go ahead and play our Leviathan. Go attacking. And then I guess just hope they can't sweep the board here. Well, unfortunately, they probably can. Okay, Demon Wall means they're not sweeping the board, so that's good news. We go to 10, they go to 18. We could tap a Cecil, draw a bunch of cards. That's not bad. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. If we attack... Okay, let's do this first. So we'll tap Cecil. Put a counter on this guy. Assuming. Alright, well we failed that. So that didn't really work. Go attacking. Sure. Sheriff hits. Alright, that's not bad. We could live with that. Sure. Okay, so then we play this to be set up for next turn. We go ahead and play this. Wow. Could not get counters to save our life today. Alright. So we can counter the room with Tishana's Tidebinder, and that should be it. But we'll see. Duress. Boy, you're going to hate seeing our hand, opponent, because we drew kind of crappy. Yep. You got it. Go to the instep. We would like to stop that. So that no longer draws cards. Well, that's a nice extra bonus. Put it on Merfolk. This happens to be an artifact, does it not? Fantastic. Let's play a land. Destroy an artifact. And then go attacking with everything else. And that should do it. I mean, I guess we can handle mono black decks pretty well, or so it seems. Oh, and we got an intrusion? Awesome. Yeah, we'll try this. We need a good 2 turns to find a land, but if we get there, that, you know, could be something, maybe. Sorta. If we squint real hard. Oh, where were you on turn 1? Gosh dang it. Alright, I think we still got to do this. I think this is still the better play. What did we put this on? Spiders. Alright, so probably playing some Spider-Man things. Alright, well, let's slow their mana down, so that was a good choice. Alright, you know, respectable. We could deal with this. You might as well get us a land here. Okay, thank you. Though, it's a tap land, but whatever. Let's go ahead and just do this. Let's see if we can get a little value out of these. Another twitching doll, sure. Now, the thing to be aware of here is they are set up to just go max value on us with the big Scion of the Earth Spiders or whatever. Huh. Well, with our lands coming up weird, I don't know what to do here. I kind of want to do this and just stay aggressive. But I don't even know if that's the best plan. I think we're going to do this. And just feel kind of bad about it. Alright, and then we'll tap this. And this, because we're probably not blocking with this either. Alright. I mean, to be fair, if we manage to stay alive, and we can find some lands off of the maps or something, yeah, there's a Scion of the Earth Spider, so we're not surprised by that. But, like, we could find our way into a situation where that's actually good for us. But admittedly, we only have one turn. And that card is not going to be the one that gets us there. So we're pretty much wrecked. And of course we find it now, but it's probably no good. So yeah, we'll just do what we can here. Yeah. I mean, maybe there's some world where we could have found Into the Flood Maws. But as it is, I don't think we're going to survive this. That's already 9. They just need anything with 4 power or more. We might get a little lucky if they have to tap the Twitching Dolls to do a thing. The problem is the Scion of the Earth Spider itself also has haste. So even if we bounce everything and they find a 5th land, we could still be in trouble. And they're going to gain life. And yeah. Actually, that's not a different color at least. Okay, so we're not technically dead. That's 11. My opponent's at 25, so I don't think we still get out of trouble here. I guess we'll put it on Merfolk. So we need them to not turn these lands on. We need them to not get an off-color thing to turn those on. That's the only way we win here. But, I mean, we just gotta hope for what we can hope for, you know? Alright, here's hoping. If they do and they play the Scion, okay, well, we're dead. Alright, GG's. Like, that's all it was to it. We didn't get any of our bounce spells, and they did. Not that they got their bounce spells. We just didn't get any of our defensive spells. Also, if we would have got the counter, we could have actually turned off their at the beginning of combat ability for a turn, and that would have worked too. So we had outs. We just didn't find any of them. Oh, man. What do we do with this? I think the only major changes I want to make is Banner Kinship can go away. I think we have to play another Into the Flood Maw. Or another Intrusion. Take your pick. You know, I don't think it really matters which way you go there. I don't, in a weird way, I don't know if Heritage Reclamation is necessary if we have more Flood Maws and Detect Intrusions. Because we can largely counter or turn off the things that we're worried about anyway. And, you know, Tidebinder also helps with that problem. So, if that's a thing that you agree with, then you could cut the reclamations to play more creatures. You could play another Tidebinder and another Intrusion, and that probably helps the deck too. All of that being said, whoa, I just moved something. I didn't even know you could do that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyway, my recommendation, I'm going to say, this is going to sound weird considering the deck won a fair amount of games. I don't know if I could recommend playing this. I feel like if I was playing this at Diamond and Platinum levels, that the games would have been more difficult. I feel like our losses were just clumsy, if that's the best word I have. And we had outs. So, I mean, maybe that's the wrong thinking, right? Because we had outs. Even in that game against Spiders, I think it was, we could have still drawn in the Flood Maw. We still could have drawn an Intrusion, right? Or if we'd have found mana sooner and was able to pump our team and bounce something. Like, there were several options there that could have worked. I mean, hell, even getting a Reclamation, I believe, lets us kill the dolls, because I think those are artifacts. So even that could have been a reasonable thing we could do. So there were things. So overall, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. If you want to play Merfolk, this is one of the better builds I've had for it. And Leviathans were pretty sweet. So, I mean, there is that. So, I don't know. That's kind of all the best I can say about it. But link will be in the description. It'll take you over to Moxfield. Go check it out if you want to play this. Otherwise, become a channel member. Support the channel if you'd be so kind. I really appreciate it. But if nothing else, watch the next video and watch it all the way through, because that always helps. It's free and YouTube says you'll like it. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.